Welcome back to the Sneak This, your weekly podcast on sneakers, sports, culture, and other nonsense. Made by sneakerheads for sneakerheads. Find the podcast streaming on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, YouTube, and on the website, which is updated daily at www.thesneakdis.com. Get at us on Twitter at @the_sneakdis, Instagram at @thesneakdis, and check out the Facebook page, The Sneak This Podcast. And now, on to the Sneak This.
Follow us or else.
Fine, let's start. Yo, episode 13. Greg, Ryan, George is back from Canada. Yeah!
Barely.
George is back from Canada.
Boing. I did have a couple of Labatt Blues until I found out that I'm no longer wanted in Canada, so I stopped buying Labatt Blues.
I guess
I'm boycotting.
We're boycotting Canada now?
Boycotting everything.
We gotta sell our OVOs.
I sold one already.
We can't listen to Drake no more.
I mean, I think he lives like in LA now, so he knows what the better country is.
You still a Steve Nash fan? Still got Steve Nash on your top 10 all-time NBA players?
I don't know.
Not even in 20. Not even in 50.
Okay.
Steve Nash is all time?
All time.
He's not even in my 50. He's not even in my 60.
Oh, he's in the top 50.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. If John Stockton's in the top 50, Steve Nash in the top 50. Period.
Why is that?
Because he's better than John Stockton.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
How many MVPs does John Stockton have?
How many finals appearances does Nash have?
How many finals wins does Stockton have?
How many finals wins does Nash have?
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, any pickups? Anybody? I have no pickups.
I mean, you already know who to ask.
Ryan, what did you pick up this week?
This week, I picked up.
Yes, this week.
This week on Pickups with Semple, I picked up the Pantone 9 Lows.
Oh, my. I saw those and I said, oh, Simple ain't going to grab these. These suck.
And
He bought the red ones, too. You got to match them. He's going to wear one of those, like, blood orange ones and one of the Carolina Blues.
The Nike SB Digiflorals. Shout out both to the swoosh.
Why did you buy Digiflorals again? Don't you have, like, two of those?
No, you wouldn't sell me yours, so I only have one.
What?
Mine are, like, beat. So I figured for $50 or whatever they were.
They came out to $50.
Yeah, they're like, I think they're like $57.
Oh, well, I'd buy that again. I mean, mine have no insoles and something else, but anyways, George is back.
Nonsense.
Traveling the East Coast, some of the most obscure areas on the East Coast.
Made it happen.
Okay, so you had this whole trip planned. You left, and your trip got derailed at the Canadian border.
Derailed.
Derailed.
Big time.
Pause. So then you ended up...
Canadian authorities had an issue with my past transgressions.
Sinner.
It was actually, I wish someone would have been filming it because it was almost like a reality TV though, because I was laughing so hard when they were talking to me. I didn't take Canadian people seriously though, so I just was like, homeboy.
I don't know if I could either though.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. So my flight left at 6:55, so I had to be at the airport like 4:55 or 5 or whatever. I was packing and cleaning and whatever else till about 3 a.m. So I was like, I mean, if I go to sleep, I'm probably going to miss my flight. So I just stayed up. I don't even remember what I was watching. Stupidest movie ever, probably. Stayed up, no sleep. I was tired. And the man said, have you ever been arrested? And I was so tired. I was thinking, like, have you ever been convicted of a felony? You know what I mean? So I said, no. Obviously, never been convicted of that. He said, so what happened in 1996? Oh, I fell out laughing. I said 1996? I was 16 years old. And dude, he said something to me, and I just lost it. I didn't get like I'm sure it could have been a lot worse, but I just was like laughing so hard and
was it like a cop or a Mountie? Who was it?
Whoever their immigration people are. I get they're sworn. I mean, they had service weapons, so
he had a gun. I carry like bow and arrows or something in Canada.
Yes, bow and arrows.
Now, were you at customs in the airport, or you were at...
No. When you cross the border. All
okay.
right, so there's another thing. So I didn't know you need to show your passport to go in Canada. Yep. Must be the new thing, the new law, whatever, because I've been to Canada before.
Never been.
It was
We've been to the
prior-
border and made a U-turn.
It was prior to the passport thing, but I've also been into Mexico about 15 times. You don't have to show your passport to get in Mexico. You just got to show your passport to get back in the U.S. So I
that's true.
assumed it was the same
That's
way.
true.
So I was like, I have to show you my passport to get into Canada, and this was a different man at the like checkpoint or whatever, and I think he flagged the car because I said that. So whatever.
So did anybody go to Canada in your family?
Yes, my sister, brother-in-law, and niece and nephew were like in a different car, and they all got through without issues. So they just kept going to the hotel because the hotel was like not far from the border.
And you went to Mississippi.
So they wouldn't let you go at all. Like, what'd you do?
I mean, technically, I was inside Canada because
Oh, yeah, that's
because that's where immigration is. But they gave me some form that said like I declined entrance, or not that they declined me entrance. It was like worded differently. It was like I decided not to go or something like that. I guess they made it sound. Yeah, they made it sound like it was like better than it was.
I am a terrorist.
But I guess like Americans sneaking into Canada is a big deal these days. Everyone I told the story to when we were up there was saying like people that live in New York, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, whatever, were saying like lately Canadians have been having issues, and there's like some thing going on at the border to where they're like hassling Americans even more than they normally would. So could be part of that too. But it was this when I went in the immigration office, it was some of the funniest stuff ever in history. I was laughing so hard and just like in disbelief that
I thought you was in like the airport or something. Like,
nah. We flew to Buffalo and then drove because Buffalo's right next to Niagara Falls. It's like 20 minutes. Like the whole point wasn't to go to Buffalo; it was to go to Niagara Falls. So our hotel reservations was in the Canadian side of Niagara Falls because it's a little bit cheaper on the Canadian side. Because like,
well, what'd your mom and them do? Did they stay with you or did they go?
I told them I was in the car with them. I told them to go, and I'll just take like an Uber back and stay at a hotel in Buffalo. And
I ain't never heard nobody take an Uber back from the Canadian border.
I would have had to get the Uber on the American side.
You would have had to, on the Uber app, on the map, you would have had to pin the Canadian border. You would have had to pin the Canadian border to come back to the U.S.
I would have been on the American side, dude. But nah, they didn't want to do that, so we just found like a cheap hotel. It was actually kind of nice though in Buffalo, but it was weird because it was like 8:30 p.m. when all that shit happened, and like trying to figure everything else out. We didn't even check in the hotel like 11 p.m. So it was actually kind of lucky to find something. I now have the documentation. Well, supposedly the documentation is in the mail that proves that I was not convicted of a felony, and now I can go wherever I want. So I'm coming to see you, Canadians.
You ain't going back.
I mean, the only reason I care is because at some point I want to go to Vancouver and Toronto because like those cities are really cool. Other than that, I could care less.
I do want to get to
care about
Toronto.
like no Royal Mounties or none of them people,
You
man.
trying to get to Edmonton?
Like actual clowns.
We might have to get to Winnipeg.
No, I don't think so.
And your little adventure, brought up a great idea we might be possibly doing down the road.
It was a dope trip though because like Pittsburgh is like one of the dopest towns I've ever been to, and that's a good substitution for Toronto. So F them Canadians straight up.
You just said you was going back.
Come see me in these streets.
Canadians are non-violent. They're not coming to get you.
Not the ones I was dealing with. You need to meet them, and you tell me they're not.
They must have been on horses. You must have been dealing with them hood Canadians.
They don't believe in horses over there. Don't.
Oh, God bless, man. Glad you back. Free Gucci Martin. Anyways, this popcorn is good, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Smacking it all
If
in
y'all
like-
ever had some of this Lance popcorn, that's $1.50 from QT. Fire flames. All right. I mean, the butter is dripping. All right, the butter is dripping. Anyways, who cop curries? Anybody cop the chef curries, the whites?
Nobody needs those.
You mean Nurse Curry's?
Yo,
Nobody needs
what
those.
is up with those? I am so upset about
I don't
those.
think they're like as bad as everybody made to seem, but I mean, I'm not buying. I don't buy stuff I want, let alone buy that. But
those are awful.
okay, they deserved all the jokes that happened. You know how creative people are on social media. But they're not like we could start naming off shoes right now that's worse than those.
I don't know.
What can you
You'd
name?
be really pressed.
Just a white low shoe,
Like what? I can't think of anything that like I wouldn't rather wear. Now, if you want to say like a
of you that you own, yeah, fine. Are you talking about? I mean,
like what?
what?
I can't think of another shoe where I'd be like, oh, I'd rather have this white curry than that.
I mean, I don't think like you're supposed to wear it to like the club or anything. I mean, it might be comfortable to hoop in. Who knows?
Bruh. That shoe right there. I mean, first of all, real quick, our top 10 list is going to be top 10 athletes we feel should have a signature sneaker. All right. Doesn't matter whether they have a shoe deal or not. If they have a shoe deal, free agent, or don't have a shoe deal, we can put them on this list. But real quick, those Currys is really bad for Under Armour business. And I don't mean selling tights and whatever else they sell, but why would any other basketball athlete ever want to sign with them besides bags of money, which nobody seems to take, even though they throw bags of money and all kind of offers at them? When you see somebody get bagged on that bad for their shoes, why would I sign with them? I'm coming out of college. I'm an NBA player, free agent sneaker. Why would I sign with Under Armour? Like,
I mean, again, I don't think they were that. They deserved all the jokes on social media because they're obviously like on nurse level or whatever level you want to talk about. But there's a lot of stuff that is much, much worse than that stuff. Every single one of the shoes that's came out in the last 3 years.
No.
Oh, my.
I'm gonna need you to chill.
Yeah,
they suck,
Yeah,
but they're not worse than those.
Take a step back.
I'm gonna need you to
You
chill.
would not even touch any of those shoes.
But they're
step
better
back.
than those Steph Currys. All right, these are facts. I don't know what happened to you at the border. All right, but I'm gonna need you to
It's a
chill,
white low top.
bruh.
They must have done funny stuff.
They're not. See, what I consider just a plain white low top is like a shell toe Adidas. It's a plain white low top. You can wear it. Those joints, them joints are huge. All right, they're big, bulky.
Yes,
and
because
they
you've
are
seen me
whack.
where there was like a size 20 on a person that didn't match. That's why you
Bruh,
said.
I would rather have any what the Nike over those.
You
any. I don't
smoked
care.
Tons of Sherman before
Any.
you came to this.
What
show
the
today.
Nike you wouldn't want over that?
None of the ones that came out in the last 3-4 years or whatever. None of them.
So you wouldn't wear either what the LeBron. You'd wear that over either what the LeBron
Yeah, absolutely.
or any what the
all LeBron
KD.
suck. The only ones I would pick is Kobe, and that's because I like the model, the shoe.
I was gonna say you at least gotta want the Kobe.
I mean, how many SBs came out recently that we clowned? The meat SBs. There's
I'd
like
rather
a
wear
pizza-
meat SBs
a pizza
over those.
SB.
I'd rather
like-
wear pizza Janoskis. You wouldn't rather wear pizza Janoskis over them Currys.
I don't like Janowski.
You said you wanted meat SBs.
No, I said 4 years ago I would have bought them. I didn't say I wanted them. There's a distinction.
4 years ago, everybody would have bought them.
Exactly. They would have flown.
That's a
They would have
fact.
flown.
But I don't even understand those. They don't even look like meat. They look like just red shoes with like white paint splattered on them. I was like, yo, it would have been tighter if they put them joints on a grill and had grill marks on them. Anyways, it's something. I don't get it. Those suck. Either way, those Currys are very bad. Memes mean everything, all right? Those joints are being made fun of. Them joints are being made fun of on Colbert show. Colbert, what's his name? Colbert?
Yeah.
Made fun of on his show. They making fun of him on like the Breakfast Club. They making fun of him.
I
on
agree with all
memes.
that. I think they should be clowning them.
Yo,
I didn't say that they're good shoes. I said there's stuff that's worse, like way worse.
I can't think of nothing worse.
Nothing worse.
All right, well.
Is there any shoe simple you could think of you'd rather wear over those? I mean, that you wouldn't wear. You'd rather wear Currys over those. I can't think of one. I can't honestly think of one.
Can't, like,
I don't. You guys.
maybe like
there was no discussion about how
I guess
bad these
a
were
Ewing.
between
A
y'all.
Ewing. I would rather wear the Currys over the Ewings.
Oh no, bruh.
Or the
You're
Matumbos.
actually out of control.
Or the
bro.
Matumbos.
Oh no, I wear Matumbos over those. Over
What are we
those?
talking about right now? We
Those
need to
suck.
skip this conversation.
Either way,
you
I'm
guys
just
are actually
saying.
talking nonsense.
I'm
right
just
now.
saying those Currys, they're bad for business. Like it scares away future athletes. It does. When your sneakers get made fun of like that, who wants to go to that? Like, who wants to? Nobody will be like, all right, Under Armour, I'll give you a shot.
I mean,
It would be strictly for the money, and athletes have continuously passed on the money from Under Armour. Like,
well, I mean, you and Jordan and Nike are, have market share in general. So I mean, and like all their designers are known. Who's Under Armour's designers? You know what I mean? Like,
they better stay unanimous. They better stay hidden. Anyways, playoffs, Warriors still win the finals? Yes?
course.
No? Okay.
they didn't have
Bogota?
They didn't have their second best player, whatever C is, second, third best.
Who'd you
player.
say was going to win? Warriors? Who'd you say, Simple?
I
You said Cavs.
Cavs and 7.
You think it's still happening?
When?
Cavs
Whoa. When did he
in
say
the,
this?
In the thread. I don't remember on the podcast. In the thread, he did say
He
it.
didn't
Though.
say that.
Cavs and 7.
Okay.
He said it in the thread. You still feel that
He
way?
said a lot of dumb stuff in the thread.
You still feel that way?
Cavs and 7.
All right, we'll see. You think LeBron is a snitch?
It don't matter.
For what? What?
That's what everybody's saying. They saying he's a snitch on Draymond Green.
Oh, nah. All that
Hey.
stuff's on video.
At the end of the day, you do whatever you have to do to win.
I don't know if he did it to win. I don't think he was thinking, like, let me say this so we can win. I mean,
they would have lost if Draymond was healthy. So
that's hard to say.
it was 3-1, and the Cavs
You're
never
right.
lose at home.
But
Golden
they
State never
did.
loses at
But
home.
they did beat Golden State by 30 with Draymond playing. Everybody playing before. Like it's
And then
not
they
like
lost by 10.
you're right. But I mean, like I'm not gonna say like with
And
Draymond
that
there
was
they
at
would have
home.
lost guaranteed.
It was 3-1, and they won one home game out of 4 games. They were not winning in Golden State.
So you still riding with Cavs
Cavs.
and you still riding with Warriors.
Of course.
All right, just checking. I'm glad they play tomorrow.
I mean, it's gonna go at least. It's gonna go 7 games. Cleveland wins tomorrow night.
We'll see.
I hope so.
But Kyrie on.
Balling. You didn't buy them Hirachi Kyries?
I want them.
Them the only ones that are okay.
Those
I'm waiting.
suck.
Nah, they all right.
They suck.
Yeah, they all right.
I've seen them in person.
They're not.
I saw them in person too. They're not too bad. They're not too bad.
Hey,
What?
those Kyries suck. They're
Would
not,
you rather wear those or Chef Curry's?
Right, I wouldn't wear either one, but
If you had no
Yes.
choice. Anybody grab Yeezys?
they suck.
They both suck.
Anybody
But
grab
they're better
Yeezys?
those. Anybody grab Yeezys?
Nobody grabbed.
They were in my cart for 2 hours, and I had no idea because it just kept giving me the error on the
Hey, I'll tell you what.
with picture thing. What's that called? CAPTCHA.
They were in my cart for 2 hours, and I knew they were in my cart. And I'll be the first to tell you, it didn't matter.
See,
Hey, that's on you, though.
I got to the checkout screen so many times, and this is strictly Adidas. Did you guys try online raffles? I didn't try one raffle
Oh, yeah, I did
online.
online stuff. I lost everywhere.
I don't
At least
believe
the places
'em.
are sending like 20% off coupons out when you lose now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to
damn,
Concepts for the 20% off.
I didn't know that.
They sent out.
Did you use it?
No, not yet.
Did you get one from Concepts?
If I would have sent it to you, you would have just been
Let me
like,
get it.
"Oh, it's not 40%."
I need 40%, but let me get that 20 though, because I need something from Concepts.
You need one of those jerseys.
I do. I need that Mighty
NHL.
Ducks basketball jersey.
That one's
Is
gone.
it still good?
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, the
What
only
about the
one-
Western Conference?
No, they still have the Eastern Conference one.
Oh, I might have to check it out. Man, them jerseys was flying. Them jerseys are fire.
The All Star ones are the best.
15% off
15.
at Concepts.
He's over it.
Well,
He's out.
Yeah,
One
but
of
they
the
charge
other
their
ones-
shipping as a grip.
One of the other ones was 25, and there was another one that was 20.
And shipping and Concepts be shipping slow. They don't ship slower than Kith, but they ship slow.
I don't know if it's the shipping.
Yo,
or it's
people
the
who won their
processing.
Oh, it's the
people who-
processing. That's what it is.
People who won their Yeezys on Saturday from Kith had their shoes in hand yesterday morning.
They must
So
have been used the fastest shipping they've ever used ever.
One, you
because-
mean one, or were able to check out?
the people that checked out. with
Did you
their-
guys even catch them on Kith? I didn't even catch it.
I did.
I
I
tried.
saw it immediately happen and had them in cart and got to that screen and clicked check out on PayPal. Went through the whole PayPal thing and hit submit, and it went
Inventory
back
issue.
to the. No, I didn't get. I never got the inventory issue screen. It went back to that screen where you typed that January in, and I was like, if I have PayPal, why do I got to type January? So I did the PayPal thing again. I did the PayPal
Wait,
thing
type
like 5
January.
times.
What do you mean?
But then they
like credit card or
re-released.
something?
They didn't sell any that round. They re-released them like 5 minutes later, and then the password was March. But I got like all the way through PayPal, typed in March.
Oh, I didn't even
hit
see
submit.
that. I didn't. They didn't. They must not have tweeted about it because I
No,
got
they
the
did.
thing set up to get the messages from on
I
Twitter.
didn't. I didn't even bother. I didn't bother. I was dedicated to only trying on Adidas and failed on that. And I had either way at some point. I mean, I got to the checkout screen so many times, went through PayPal a million times, and at some point when it was all said and done, I had like 7 in the cart. It was just a bunch of nonsense. Like I really thought I was gonna get them off Adidas. I think me getting them, the Pirate Blacks off Adidas had me on like a high. So I thought like, yo, I know the trick. Just stay with it, stay persistent. Didn't do it. So
Well,
I mean, it still worked, kind of like doing the like try again instead of the
Yeah,
refresh.
I mean, it
it
still
worked,
worked.
but I don't know why.
did y'all see
What problems did you have at checkout? Because I didn't even get there. So
nothing.
what-
It-
I
like,
did everything.
Yeah, it would.
no. So, you didn't check
I would.
out. So what was the problem?
So I would type in
It just
all the
went back to
information.
say inventory something.
No, I would type in all my information. I'd put in my credit card number, everything, hit submit, click the shipping method, submit order again, and it would say like this
Quantity
page is
something.
this page is timed out.
Oh, see, I never got
please.
that.
So then I would just click back and I'd do it again, and I did that for like an
I did
hour
that
and
a
a half.
bunch of times.
And then I finally got the tweet that
Yo,
came out
Wex, what the deal, B?
that said sold out.
I didn't get. I just got the quantity thing. I never got that timed out screen that like whatever it said, like try again or play harder or whatever that screen says.
we're out practicing. We'll be back stronger, faster later.
Yeah, all I got to was quantity issues or something, and I went back and started over, got through again, and kept doing it. I didn't even bother with PayPal. I learned my lesson the first time. Going through PayPal, once you got to do 2 minute click, I just use my credit card, put that information. Actually, I mean, a hint, I use Google Chrome, and it just autofills everything and then goes through. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way I've done it. Nothing works, so I don't know. I figured they'll be restocking, maybe grab a pair then.
So
I don't know.
Did y'all see the...
What's restocking?
They'll restock.
Yeah, they'll restock
750s.
at some point.
That color? No, it won't.
Yes, they will. They restock. Yes, they will.
What are the colors of restock? On Adidas?
Pirate Blacks.
Or are you talking about just in general?
Well, I mean, I guess I really haven't seen 750s restock.
Yeah.
But I mean,
haven't seen any of
350s.
them. Which ones? Pirate Black was the only one that came out twice. And it was
Moon Rocks did, didn't
color.
they? But not on Adidas, didn't they?
I don't know.
They restocked
sure-
on like End and stuff like that. I guess not on
I'm
Adidas.
sure they'll start.
I don't know. I mean, I expect them to restock again. I don't know. Maybe not.
They ain't restocking.
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I'd try then.
I don't care, but they're not restocking.
I'm not paying $1,000. So
Canada made it.
Why do you want them?
I don't think they suck. I see them in person. They don't suck, though. So I
don't think that answers the question.
I did think 750s were awful. Then me and Simple went to Pound for Pound, and I saw them in person. I was like, they're not that bad. All right, I could figure out how to.
I mean,
them.
those two colors together are actually kind of dope, but the shoe itself sucks.
The shoe itself is not attractive, but like in person, I say, I could figure out something to make this work. I think it's okay. Like, I'm not gonna say it's like fire. It's not better than a low. It's not better than a 350. But
So then
You know
I
what
can
it-
figure something out.
You know
with
what it is better than? The Chef Curry's.
It's better than.
then
Would you
why
wear
do-
Chef Curry's?
What? Okay.
What would you wear?
Okay. Why do you want it if it's not fire and it's going to cost over $1,000?
I don't know.
Even retail, it would have been $380 from Adidas.
It is what it is.
So why were you
But
trying?
why do you want? Because I was going to resell it and make
So
money.
you're reselling hype beast.
I mean, I would if I had more than one.
That.
I don't know. I don't know what I would have did with it when it came out. I probably would have resold that one. I might have resold it. I don't know. I don't know yet. I can't say. I don't got it, so it doesn't matter. But if I get it later, I'll probably keep it. Man.
I don't get it.
I like to keep stuff like that.
I don't understand a lot of stuff about you.
No, man.
This is a complicated man.
I know one thing. I could get it in Canada. So,
You think you can? I thought I could get it too.
No, I could get it in Canada.
You wait till you get there.
You ain't mouthed off to that man. Talked about your passport. They would let you in.
I know I could get it in Canada.
Got yourself into trouble.
Oh, trust me, you don't know that.
Anyways,
So did you guys see the Instagram post that Extra Butter made after their online raffle?
I seen you post that, but I don't know what that is.
So Extra Butter posted they did the online raffle. Then they made a second post that said the online rigged raffle is now closed, and what's it called? The
What?
caption that they put was, "Raffle is now over. All winners have been contacted. Everyone knows raffles are rigged."
They said that?
Yeah.
Are they being sarcastic?
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Oh.
they said, but we might as well play the game for a chance to purchase a pair of Yeezys. Repost with the hashtag EBYeezy. Chances of winning, LOL. Quantity available, not enough for you to get one. Size, not yours. And it said entry only valid if you get a plug at one of our friendly Extra Butter locations. A-list celebrities automatically win.
I don't understand stuff like that. Even if they're being sarcastic.
This is actually Fire Flames right here, though.
Even if they're being sarcastic, I don't understand.
Straight from China.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why you gotta be a jerk like that. Let me see.
Look at this, straight from China.
Well, I mean that gets into like a good point, and like our topic is it even worth signing up for these raffles for Yeezys? And is it worth? I mean, if there was a place here locally that we could camp, which the only place that did get them was Barney's that did close down, and it was worth it because for the most part, if you waited and were there, you got them, unless if you were Caucasian.
Where is he going with this?
I don't know, man. Because how Barney chose was off the video footage, wasn't it?
Yes.
They chose off the video footage. So. I don't know, man.
They had the security guards, and they were radioing back and forth to each other, and they were like, yeah, that guy.
I know you remember we dealt with security guards at Fashion Square a couple times. They lied directly to our face.
Yeah, but I don't remember why.
What do you mean?
What was it for?
We went to the door and they said, "Oh, we're not allowing anyone to line up before a certain time." And we were like, "We've always come in at 6 a.m. and gone straight to the front of the store."
Oh, that's when
and they said, "No, we're not doing it till 10 o'clock." And we came back at 10 or whatever.
And that
there
line
was, like,
was stretched.
30 people.
But what shoe was that?
Something we didn't care about.
He got games?
Yeah, maybe he got games.
I think it was He Got Games. That line was stretched. All right. Did you do online raffles? Simple. I didn't do one. I didn't do one online raffle.
I did a bunch of them just because it only takes 30 seconds to do it.
You're right. And I didn't because I've never ever seen anybody on Twitter. I don't know anybody anywhere who's actually said like, yo, I actually won the UB online raffle. I don't know if it was worth it. Like,
I mean,
I really do think that it's a formality. Like they do it, and
Just
the
to
pairs
make you-
just so that
I think they do that.
so that Adidas is like, oh, okay, they did a raffle for these.
I think they
sneakers.
do it as like to make us feel like, oh, maybe we got a
We got a
chance. Like,
chance.
oh, that's good that Extra Butter is doing an online raffle.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I appreciate that. Oh, I didn't win, you know.
I mean, who I really think did it right was Kith, like posting their entire size run at a random time online. I mean, that, like, in my opinion, that number one gets rid of any issues that you could have at the store with release and camping and that, and it gets rid of like the question of, well, is this raffle legit or not? I mean,
I wouldn't do it that way.
why?
What would you do?
What would you do?
I would appease my local customers who come in and buy shit on a daily basis from my store.
Well, I mean, I guess if it's like your store, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say what you would do. I would give the homies their pairs, like I obviously would if I had my own shop. But
Well, I mean, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
also, I mean, I guess you just kind of just suck up with the slander. I mean, you get slandered. Every single store on
It doesn't
Yeezy
matter.
release gets
Regardless of how
slandered.
you do it, is someone's going to complain. It doesn't matter. You got to ignore it.
I just don't know. I think I would do it online. I think I would do it online, even for like. It depends, man.
Wouldn't do it like that.
It depends. I mean, there's like certain customers I'd probably maybe hook up. Man, for them to put it online doesn't say they didn't hook anybody up. Like, that doesn't mean
Yeah,
they
but
didn't
I
hook
wouldn't.
anybody
I
up.
wouldn't sell anything online.
What,
As
any of
far-
them?
No. As far as like release product like that.
You wouldn't sell any of them online?
No.
Why? Like
Why-
none of them?
Why would people continue to come into your store if you're selling everything online and they have zero chance to get something?
Well, I mean, like, you could
you're-
sell
you're-
some for the store or
You
some
gotta,
online.
you gotta
That's how I put
remember,
it.
like, the local customer is the most important customer you'll ever have because they're the ones who buy the stuff in between the release shoes. You know what I mean? Like, selling one size run or two size runs of Yeezys or Jordans or whatever is not making someone's bottom line. You heard when Napier came in here and was talking about all the shit that shops have to take to get limited shoes. That's the shit shops need to sell. The limited stuff's going to blow out no matter what. They need to sell all that other shit that just sits. And that's
So-
what your local customers are buying. They're keeping your store open. They're the ones putting money in your pocket.
I mean, I don't know what they sell online. Like, how great their online sales versus their indoor sales. I mean, their in-store sales. I mean, I'm appeasing all my customers. I mean, you gotta, anybody that shops regularly online. Like, we don't have a Kith in Arizona. We don't have a Kith on the West Coast. Like, I mean, I would want to appease everybody. If I had a good amount, now if I had just like one or two size runs, then I'd probably just do it in store or whatever. But I mean, if I got a good amount, I got to give somebody somewhere though.
Stores aren't getting more than that. Maybe Kith is, but there ain't.
Yeah, I don't know
no
what they
one
got.
else.
I don't know what anybody have. I don't know what Extra Butter got. I don't know what any of those stores got. So if they had more than that, then God bless. Is camping better? Like,
I think it depends on where you
Then
are.
what?
I mean, out here,
As a consumer, I like the way that Kith did it because I have a chance to buy. But as an owner of a store, there's no way I would release something like that.
well,
Period.
we're assumed that we have.
You're a businessman.
We
It's completely
assume that
different.
we have a chance to buy.
so let me ask you this, back to your point about shops and selling the in between. How do you feel about shops that do these? Hey, you spend $100 on product in our store, we give you one raffle ticket, and if your raffle ticket gets picked, you get a chance to buy the 750 boost.
As a consumer, I hate it, but as someone who can understand what owner of a store is doing, I understand why they do that. I mean, it guarantees their sales for other shit so they can stay open. You got to remember, those people are trying to put. I mean, they got to put money on their own table.
I mean, when I went to go get Shack Attacks,
they got to put food on.
I went to
there.
go get a Shack Attacks. They were like, "Yo, you got to come and buy something." At
If
least
you're talking about
$25
corporate,
to
that's
buy
different.
something like
corporate doing that is lame. But if you're talking about mom and pop shop, Kith, Ubik, Villa, whatever. Well, I guess Villa's kind of corporate now, but any place that has like one or two shops, maybe that's different. There's one in, I think it's either in Minnesota or California that started like a Yeezy customer appreciation list, and it's only local customers.
See, now something
You
like that,
spend
like,
$1,000 during the month. I think it's perfectly fine that you give those people a chance to buy Yeezys.
Oh, hey,
if I had
spending $1,000 a month, giving me a chance, I should get a Yeezy.
if you spend $1,000 a month in my store, you're getting a Yeezy.
You're getting a Yeezy.
You get a Yeezy. You get a Yeezy.
Okay.
Chance. I don't know if I could spend $100 in like a store to get a raffle ticket.
No.
And it's like every 100 you get a ticket. I don't think I could do that, bro.
Well, there's also going to be less raffle tickets and things. So
If I didn't win, I'm returning everything.
That's
they
what
have
we
to Yeezy
think.
release.
All right. I remember what High Point did
you
that
ain't
out
returning
here.
it to my
High
store.
Point did that for the net Yeezy.
Yeezy ones,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, they did it like, what was it, every 100, every 50?
It was one of the two.
It was something that you get like a ticket
raffle
in there.
ticket.
That was a
And then
long
if you
time
get
ago. That was
selected-
before I was even checking for any of that stuff.
That was a very long time ago. I don't
Well, they
know.
had the one of them. I can't remember which release it was. It was one of the. I think it was one of the Yeezy ones. But they had people line up for a week.
I can't. And that's the thing. That's what
And
I
this
was with
man-
campouts. Like,
and this man walked in on the day of the release and walked up to the front of the line and paid like the person fourth in line, like $500 to cut him, and there were grown men crying.
I can't do that. I mean, I can understand. I don't know. A camp out. I don't know what's better. Is it to, let's say simple. Every store had Yeezys.
Yep.
Would you camp out? And I mean, like, camp outs out here.
What's the
2
time?
weeks.
No, fucking no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't.
Now if it was like the Turtle Dove and people got there at 10 o'clock at night and the store opened at 8,
That's different.
then yes, I would do that. But
Okay.
no, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. More than
We've
a
camped
day.
out longer for like phone posits, all right, which is like one of the worst.
That was only like a 12-hour camp out. That's bad.
I think
that's
12,
not- that's
12
not
hours.
bad.
I think is the max.
It was
I've
bad.
camped out.
It was bad for that shoe, but it wasn't bad for like Weatherman's when we did it. I think Weatherman's
Weatherman's
got
was
there,
fine.
like at midnight.
Man, that was well, maybe it was midnight, but that wasn't bad.
The thing that drives me crazy about online raffles is like with the chic raffles, everybody posting the codes. It's like if you it's good for me. It's good for me if I don't want to drive to the stores. But if I drove to the stores, I wouldn't be telling nobody anything.
I don't even drive to the stores anymore because I know I'm gonna get them.
Yeah, there's no point.
So I know I'm gonna get
Get what?
Chic raffle codes. Like I'm not gonna drive to
yeah,
a
I don't
Chic
care about
anymore.
that.
I know
don't
for
bother
a
with that
fact.
nonsense.
Like they're gonna get posted somewhere. Whether you're in like sneaker groups or you're on Twitter, they're gonna get posted somewhere. I think I trust Chic raffle codes more than I do any other raffle there is. I've won more on those, and I've never seen anybody win on End. I've never seen anybody win on whatever else. That
Bottom line is, I lost, you lost, but I do
Hey.
think that Adidas Online is the best shot that you have at getting them. Like, signing up for online raffles, knock yourself out. But I really believe that most of those pairs are not.
what are they going
out.
for right now?
Uh,
I looked on eBay, but
about
I seen various prices,
like $1,500 to $2,000. I think.
and they're selling for that.
I think so. But I mean, I saw somebody post a black 750 today in a group dead stock for $1,000, which I mean, that's a lot of money, but it's not terrible in my opinion. I think.
I actually kind of think the blacks are better than the colorway that just dropped.
I mean, I
don't know.
guess if you can get a black for $1,100 new, I mean, what could you get a pre-owned for like $750 or $8? Because that doesn't seem outrageous.
Anyways, well, bottom line is we all failed. Hopefully they restart. Maybe we'll get a pair, maybe not. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it's unattractive when it's impossible. To me, it's just unattractive. It used to be like, yo, I gotta try just to do something with it, but to me, it's unattractive now. Like a pair of Yeezys, I don't even care. I don't look at it. It doesn't bother me. I'm like, I'll give it a shot on Adidas. I don't get it. It's a wrap.
Yeah, but you talking about buying it anyways.
Yeah, but like buying, selling, anything, it doesn't matter. Like it just not like, I don't get it off Adidas. I don't get it. I'm not trying anything else. Like even if it was online anywhere else, I wouldn't even bother. Like it's too much work. I mean, it's obviously not camping, but it's a lot of work sitting there online.
4 hours. It was 4 hours. I mean,
was
even if you're
ridiculous.
watching TV, whatever, like you're still looking at your phone for like 3.5, 4 hours.
There's bids on StockX right now for size 6, 1750, 7, 1690, $15.90.
Hey, you're gonna have to stop saying that website until they start paying us.
$15.40.
You give them way too much.
This is where you
Free
go to get
advertising.
information from.
I don't know.
12
Anyways,
15.10, 12, 15. So they're $1,500 for a regular size.
I don't know why I didn't think they would go that high. I think I thought 1,000.
I thought $1,100.
Y'all ready for top 10?
Let's do it.
You ready, George?
Nope. Go ahead.
All right.
Like
so
we said,
we have no honorable mentions.
I got honorable mentions.
Oh, you got honorable? Okay.
You don't have any?
I can come up with a couple.
You must have been really hard for you to make this list.
I can come up with a couple honorable mentions.
Let me hear your honorable mentions. Top 10 athletes we feel should have a signature sneaker.
Should have.
What's your honorable mentions?
Signature sneaker. My honorable mentions would be, you go first.
Man, what? Oh, God. Honorable mentions. Cam Newton, he should have one.
He does have one.
Okay. He had one. That was it. Another never came out.
They have Cam Newton Under Armours.
What? What did it look like?
Google them. They're
I don't know about that. I think he had one model, and then that was it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let that
Talking about
slide.
cleats or sneakers?
Sneakers. Because I know he did have a sneaker.
I've never seen
They
it.
had
And it was at
Batman-
House of Hoops. I
they had like a
seen it.
Batman one, a Superman one, like all sorts of different colorways.
That was the Cam Newton one?
I've never seen it.
I'm going to go ahead and cross that off. Maybe they did. Von Miller.
He's got one.
What is it?
No, I'm just kidding.
Man, chill. Von Miller, I feel. Honorable mention. Maybe he should have one. Julio Jones, he's with Under Armour. I would say he should get one, but Under Armour. Yeesh. Blake Griffin, honorable mention. Maybe he should be in the top 10. He should probably have a signature sneaker. Problem is, Blake Griffin is kind of going down. People just don't seem to like him anymore. Like, if you're not out there dunking on nobody, nobody seems to care about you anymore. Like, it's just, he's out there punching people in the face. He just kind of seems like, he's just whatever now. JJ Watt, I mean, he's put out a teaser today of a Reebok.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say I was gonna put him in my top 10,
man.
but then I saw that and
He put
took
a
him out.
teaser today of a signature sneaker with Reebok. We'll see. JJ Watt is one of them likable guys, works hard.
And he had one of my favorite Nike free trainer PEs ever. That white and gum sole with
that's
the Lightning 3M. That's one of my favorite 5.0. That's one of my favorite football PE trainers that they've done. Period.
That was a nice shoe. You bought all those.
You
did.
I bought all those. They're all at pound for pound now.
Y'all got honorable mentions or no?
Yeah. So I would
What do you
say my biggest one would be probably Gronk. I think Gronkowski.
Oh, okay. I didn't think of that.
I mean, it's hard because he's had a bunch of injury issues and things like that. But I mean, I feel like he's a super marketable person. He's getting
He is.
up there in age and probably a little beaten up, but I think he's somebody who would be really marketable for a signature sneaker. And then AJ Green, I think he would be another good person to have a signature sneaker.
Possibly.
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel, yeah, he
And Manziel had a signature sneaker though.
He could have those.
If he played,
he could have those cocaines.
he could. If he played and stayed on the straight and narrow,
Oh, he would have.
he might be able to sell something.
The day that he was drafted, he was
He
like,
can sell some stuff, all right.
yeah. The day that he was drafted,
He
he
can
was on
cop.
the front of the Nike website for like 2 weeks. I mean,
It's a fact.
he would have been.
You wanted his entire outfit at one.
I did not. I didn't even want him on my team. So
Lies. All right.
wanted his entire
when he went out
outfit.
I
there.
wanted
When
that
he went
black
out there at
jersey.
that like throwing
I said that black jersey
exhibition,
was fire.
you would debate.
And, like, the
you
camo
asked
stuff,
in the
too.
thread, yo, should I cop
I
that?
buy everything camo. It doesn't matter. Johnny Manziel wears it or
You live in Cabela's.
Johnny 2 Chains wears it.
Cabela's.
What else? Who else you got?
Somebody I would have said up until last year would have been Colin Kaepernick, and then obviously
I would have said that too.
DeMarcus Cousins. I think he should. I mean, no big men get shoes anymore, but I feel like he would be a super marketable person.
What?
You don't think Boogie would be a marketable
He's
person?
a great athlete. Marketable? He hates everybody, it seems like.
That's
And it seems like everybody hates him.
so did Charles Barkley. I mean, and he got a shoe, and
That's different. I don't know. Maybe it's not. DeMarcus Cousins,
think it is.
that's a hard one. I think he deserves some type of shoe.
yeah.
Only thing I like about DeMarcus Cousins is that he plays in Jordans sometimes. And you don't see a big man out there hooping in like Jordans every once in a while.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. His personality is kind of like F everybody, but he's a great player. So I don't know. Maybe top 5, top 10.
Top 10.
I'm gonna go my bottom 5 first. You got honorable mentions, yours, or no?
No.
None. Bottom 5 of the top 10.
Okay.
Number 10, John Wall. I'm gonna say John Wall deserves a signature sneaker, but this is the problem I have with John Wall. He came out of college and signed with Reebok. Mistake. Left Reebok or ended with Reebok and signed with Adidas.
It's the same company.
Mistake. Well, either way, it's a mistake. Like, if you're out of your contract with your first one, why would you stay with this? And now he's wearing Jordans, foam posits, everything non-stop. He's almost begging Nike to, like, pay attention to me. Jordan, pay attention to me. Sign me now. No one's biting.
He's the Gilbert
No one's
Arenas
biting.
of 2016.
No one's biting. And does John Wall deserve a signature sneaker? Yes. But, like, I think he just is his own downfall.
But
like,
does that, I mean, he had 2, so does that really count? Because he did have the John Wall with Reebok, and he did have a John Wall with
I don't
Adidas.
think he's
He did.
No, he's not any good anymore. So
John Wall is a quality point guard.
I mean,
He's quality. He's on a team that's just there.
I don't even think they made the playoffs. So I probably
They didn't this year. Last year, they almost got to the Western
Last year,
Conference
they actually.
Finals. Or maybe they got to the Western Conference Finals, did they?
You-
Well,
they're
he
in the
plays
East,
for
number
Washington,
one,
so
but-
they're in the East.
Hey,
But yeah,
I
they
can't
were
fault them. I can't fault them for being geographically where they are. Like,
there. They made the Western.
anyways, I think John Wall. Right now, John Wall is unsigned, but he should be signed with somebody with a signature sneaker. Number 9.
Anta, if you're listening, John Wall is available.
Number 9, which he might have to. Number 9, Mike Trout. I think Mike Trout.
Mike Trout has one.
He has a.
He has a
no,
shoe
actually, he has a shoe
that's
too.
no,
He does have a shoe.
it's a shoe with like a Trout pattern on it. It's not a Mike.
It's called
Trout.
the Air Trout.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's got the Trout.
It's called Air Trout.
Yes.
The cleat or the shoe?
both.
Both.
There's a
It's
train and a shoe.
trainer and a cleat.
What does
yeah.
it look like?
It's got the vapor
It's actually kind
stuff
of
on the
nice
back.
for what it is.
See, I know what the shoe looks like.
And actually, I was going to call you guys both because Sports Authority going out of business. Shout out Sports Authority. 40% off all
know if you can shout out somebody who can't hear you.
40% off all of cleats and all cleats.
I'll go buy some batting
They
gloves.
have
Sports
some-
Chalet went up too.
but they have 40% off
company.
all cleats this week, and they have the Trouts. They're like $21.
Dang, you didn't cop?
No, I bought all those Jordan 4 cleats for the softball season. I got home away. I got southeast field, northeast field, northwest field, and southwest field.
Well, let me tell you something. First of all, if you see deals like that out there, just buy them. I'll give you money. Okay,
I'll go back. I can go back on my way home.
they're
to them.
gone, aren't
No,
they?
they won't be gone. I can go back on my way home. I saw them on Sunday. I can go on my way home. And pick
He
up a
needs
pair.
some replacements for them soccer cleats, B.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Shout
I
out to
got
the
Jordan
soccer
cleats too, but they're just not legal.
Exactly.
Number 8, Paul George. I think Paul George deserves a sneaker shoe. Small market, but
Yeah, he
is a PE.
He had PEs.
he had PEs, but I think he deserves a shoe. He's a quality player. I mean, you got to market something with that. The Pacers. I mean, he's a quality player. I think he deserves a shoe. He's a great athlete. I think he was third All NBA team, maybe second. I don't know. I think he deserves one. Number 7, I'll say Cristiano Ronaldo, and I will say that because
He has CR7.
He has the shoe. I was going to put him on my list also, but he has the CR7.
a shoe.
I don't think it's a shoe. but
They make shoes.
like an indoor
cleats,
shoe, yeah.
indoor-
I don't consider that. I don't consider no indoor soccer
You talking about
shoe
like
as
a lifestyle shoe? Like
I
a
mean like a
sportswear
shoe.
shoe? Oh,
Like you know
alright.
like those them 200 what are those? Mercurials? Them like boot
yeah.
joints.
Yeah, yeah.
If that was like his, okay. I mean like a shoe. Like
But they make
Neymar
one of those in his shoe.
what?
Yeah, I was gonna put it on the list, and I looked it up. And he had the
no.
CR7s, and they have look up. There's a whole.
But if it's an indoor soccer shoe, I don't care about that.
There's a whole Ronaldo collection on Nike. That's why I didn't put them on.
And you can you can walk around wearing anything, but I'm not walking around wearing an indoor soccer shoe. Is it an indoor
Samba?
soccer shoe?
You wouldn't wear Samba?
No. Who do like white? I'm not white. Is it an indoor soccer shoe?
In case anyone was wondering, Greg is
Okay.
not white.
Yeah, Greg is an African American male.
African samba.
Huh.
What is? Is it an indoor soccer shoe?
It's a shoe. It's a sneak. It's a shoe.
I don't
that you
consider
can
that.
wear. Okay, that's fine.
I don't consider stuff
All right.
like that.
All right, Cristiano
If you
Ronaldo.
consider those, I don't consider that. And then the other one is what is this? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 6, Des Bryant.
Okay.
Deserves one.
Yeah.
He does. You got Neymar out here with the Jordan 5 low.
Des Bryant was like the 80th ranked wide receiver last year or something like that. Just so
Well,
you-
last year he was like hurt pretty much
Quite a
the
bit,
entire
But when he
season.
played, he was not rated highly. I'm just letting you know.
But he's with Jordan.
Des Bryant was on the top 50 players in the NFL for 2015 on the list on NFL.com. So
Going into the season,
I don't care if he was number 100. If you're signed with Jordan and you're as good as Des Bryant, you should at least have a Jordan 12 that's considered a Des Bryant. You ain't got to have like your own, something that's considered Des Bryant's. As many PE cleats he's got, he should have something. All right. These are facts. All right. Facts. All right. Out of nowhere, a Neymar Jordan Low 5 came out of nowhere.
well, then
all
they
right?
needed Joe Hayden, Jordan also.
Okay, I'm not going to say Joe Hayden sucks, but Jordan Hayden's in Cleveland.
God bless you.
All right. What you got?
All right. So my top 10, number 10, I'm going to say Rory McIlroy. I think Nike needs a new face of golf.
But doesn't he have cleats? Aren't like
No,
them
he
cleats?
wears Lunars. He wears Lunar.
I
Nike
thought those
Lunar
Air Max
4.
90s were his or something.
No, he wears Nike Lunar
Yeah, they are,
4s.
but they're not called like Air Irish.
Yeah, I mean, Nike
Irish.
needs a new face of golf. Like Tiger's not there anymore, and they need somebody to take over, and they need to get back in the golf game. So
Well, yeah, I think Rory took over long ago, but no one cares about buying stuff because he's wearing it.
exactly. So they need to put a big push behind Rory. Number 9. Now, I think this solely from the brand that he signed with and the style of player he is, because he's extremely exciting to watch. I think Isaiah Thomas in Boston with Reebok could help like
He's not
revitalize.
with Reebok no more, though.
Since when?
He wears the Kobe's now.
Yeah, he wears Jordans and all kinds of shit.
He wears all kind of stuff now.
All right, well then number 9 will be Joe Hayden.
I mean, you still can put him on the list. He still can. Get
He
a
still
shoe.
doesn't have
I
one.
mean,
He still doesn't have a
Yeah, but I
shoe.
don't. I mean, yeah.
He didn't have one with Reebok.
Reebok.
He didn't have one with
sucks
Reebok. He was wearing
balls,
like
so-
He was wearing Sean Kemp's.
Sean Kemp lows and all that stuff. I mean, but I think he would be a marketable guy. Like I think he would be somebody, especially in Boston, that you
It
could
could be.
that could sell you some shoes.
But I consider him like DeRozan in Toronto. I think they should be under the Kobe umbrella. They just get Kobe's. That's what he wears majority of the time. At least in the playoffs, that's what he wore.
Now, number 8, I would agree with you that Des Bryant should have a signature shoe.
He should have one.
So I will give you Des Bryant there. Number 7, and he would have been a little bit higher on my list, except for the fact that he is probably going to suck balls for the rest of his career. James Harden should have a signature shoe.
He's never gonna suck.
He's never going to win.
It's never gonna
never gonna
suck
win.
though.
He's
It
never
depends on what you qualify
he
as
kind of
suck.
sucks already.
He kind of does
like,
suck. I mean,
I mean, he was like number what? Number 2 in the league in scoring. I don't know.
yeah,
if that's
and
qualified as
number
suck.
and number 152,000th in defense.
Yeah, I mean,
This
scoring
cat.
means
You want to talk
absolutely
about? You
nothing.
want to talk about Chef Curry getting dumped on for his shoes? I have never seen so many bad defense memes and YouTube clips in my
Yeah,
life.
you want to talk about not
You're
cool.
right.
Not cool.
But does he suck?
James Harden is not cool.
He
at
doesn't.
all.
He's not
James Harden is
good.
cool. All right. I consider him cool.
What?
There's certain things when you think of a
what
James
realm
Harden.
of the world?
James Harden
When
has
you
lost
could
a
think
lot of
when
respect
something-
over the
and I was-
past 2 seasons.
Lost a lot of respect, but I mean, he's on a. I don't want to say a bad Houston team because they almost got to the finals last year.
And then they didn't make the playoffs.
And then they didn't make. Yeah.
They did make the playoffs this year. What are you guys talking about?
I don't think so. Or if
got
they
swept.
did, if they did, it was. I mean,
played
no,
the-
they didn't make the playoffs.
Thought they played the Blazers. Oh, they made the
No,
playoffs.
they didn't.
Yeah, they did. They made the playoffs.
I think they did make the playoffs. They did. And
I'm looking this up.
like he deserves a signature sneaker, especially for the money he signed for Adidas, and they're already marketing him to wear like the crazy light boost. What is that? 2, 3,
That
4?
3. That's
Three?
the thing, though, is that if you're going to give somebody $150 million
I thought it was 200.
or $200 million, you got to give them a shoe. If you're going to back somebody like
to.
that, you have to give them a shoe.
Damian Lillard has a shoe, and Damian Lillard is good. All right,
He's good.
Good. You got to
No,
give
he
James
needs a
Harden
shoe.
a shoe.
He needs a shoe.
But
He
you
does
guys
need a
think
shoe.
James Harden sucks?
I don't think he sucks.
What
but
does sucks mean to you guys?
I think
I
that
said he
is-
kinda sucks
I
now.
think that he is like since he's been the focal point of a team, he hasn't lived up to the expectations, and all of his weaknesses on that Houston team get exploited. I mean, when you're surrounded by 2 other future Hall of Famers,
Oh, like
and
who?
when he was in Oklahoma,
OKC.
and he was surrounded, and he had Russ, and he had KD, and then when you have guys like Ibaka protecting the middle and Adams protecting the middle, you don't have to play defense. But there's nobody like he's just. I mean, you've seen the memes, you've seen the highlight.
Yeah,
clips,
I've seen
like,
it, but I just don't quantify that as he sucks on defense.
He sucks on defense. He is a
don't know.
great offensive player. He might be the
He
worst
kinda
defender.
sucks,
He might be the worst defender ever.
I don't know if you can suck if you're good at something.
He kind of sucks, though.
But
I don't know.
I don't know. Number 6 on my list, I would say because he's young, because he had a lot of hype on him, and because he's on an up-and-coming team, Andrew Wiggins on Adidas should have his own shoe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, I think Wiggins should. He's wearing. Like, the problem is that you have this crazy light, and you have like 4 or 5 high-profile players wearing the same shoe. Like, you only need one player to represent that. I would say the same with. Jordan Brand does that with his like Jordan 29s, Jordan 30s, and that. He has 7 or 8 guys wearing the same shoe when 3 or 4 of them should have their own shoe and be on their own.
And that's a fact.
So, I think, Wiggins. I think Wiggins should have his own signature
How long has
shoe.
he been in the league? 2-3 years?
This is the second year.
That was the second year.
Yeah, I mean, he's your young future.
Yeah.
You got to give him a signature sneaker. I mean, I don't know if Adidas basketball is just not really sure the direction they're going in yet. But like you said, every player is playing in the exact same one in like different colorways.
Yeah,
it's kind
with
of
like
whack, man.
their logo on the tongue. It's like, just give them a shoe.
Just give them a shoe. I mean, you're making tons of other basketball shoes anyway that are nonsense. Give them a shoe.
It's the same thing that Nike does with like the Hyper Rev, but they're doing it with
Same
kind of like,
thing.
you've got the
Hyper Rev is the one with the big swoosh that come across that Draymond Green wears.
yeah, and you the strap
Everybody
over.
wears them joints.
Everybody. And they have like PE. Like you go in a house hoop, there's like 4 or 5 different PEs. They used to do it with the Hyperfuse lows and the Hyperfuse
Right.
and the Hyper Dunks and all that. So give these guys shoes. George,
What
your
you got?
bottom.
Give him some shoes.
What do you
Give
got?
them some shoes.
Bottom 6.
Give them a shoe.
Give him some shoes.
Give them a little shoe.
What's your number 10?
Hold on a second.
Couple of haters.
I don't really have it in a great order. I did come up with some honorable mentions while you guys were talking.
George makes his lists on air. So
All right, so honorable mention, I'm going to go with 3 guys in sports you typically wouldn't associate with sneakers so much. Some people in the same sports have already been mentioned. I'm going to go with Leo Messi.
Thought about it. He's getting kind of
Soccer.
old, though.
Okay,
He
he's
has
the best
a
player.
shoe.
He's the best player.
He's the best player in the world,
Messi
but
has
like
a shoe.
He doesn't have a shoe.
Yes, he does. I Googled it. He was going to be on my top 10.
He does not have a shoe.
he's with Adidas. Does he have a shoe?
Yeah, he's signed by Adidas. He does.
I don't know what the shoe is.
He does not have a signature.
Messi.
He does not have a signature.
It's
shoe.
called the Messi?
No, he doesn't.
I need to see
Maybe
that.
a cleat. Maybe.
Yeah, and it looks
Not
like
sure.
it's a picture. It's a
If it's a cleat
photo,
or an
it's a
indoor
photo.
soccer shoe, I don't count it.
It's a Adidas print of a dirty room. It's called the Messi.
Number 9.
The print of a dirty room. Hold on a second. I need to look this up. Yeah, he has a cleat, not a shoe. Shut up.
Number 9.
All right. No, that was honorable mention. Another honorable mention, not mentioned yet. Jason Day, the best golfer on the planet right now. He's with Adidas. Adidas golf, even though they put some boots and some golf shoes, kind of sucks. Jason Day, even though he's right now he might be more well known than McIlroy and a lot of those guys, but literally the best golfer on the planet. The last whatever it's been 10 or 20 events, best by far. And then another honorable mention, Bryce Harper needs a shoe.
Does.
He's probably as far as like youth social media, he has the fuck ups on the air with memes instead of memes and whatever else. He's probably more well known than Trout, at least as far as having a presence.
But he's with Under Armour, and he might end up with a Chef Curry.
All right, the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all basketball players. Basketball makes the most sense because they play in sneakers and people love to buy them.
Yeah.
I didn't really number it, to be honest with you. You can throw them all together. I probably would put one guy higher than the rest. So we'll say 6. Actually, we'll go 6 or 10 through 7, and then the last 2 probably a little bit higher. So 10, Dame Lillard. You don't need to say anything about it.
Has a shoe.
He doesn't have a.
Yeah, he does.
He has the
He has
D
2.
Lillard 2. Is that
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, he has
I
2.
thought it was just a PE of the same thing that Harden wore.
No, it's a shoe.
Oh,
It's a
he
shoe.
does?
Yep,
Oh,
it has a
well.
logo and everything.
Tells you what I know about Adidas basketball shoes.
yeah, the
D
lever
and
thing.
a dragon son.
Does he have does it have boost in it?
It's got boost in
does.
the back and the heel. Heel
And the
heel
heel.
cup.
Oh, all right, I'm going to have to check that out. All right, well, then we can remove him from the list. All right, so the next one, DeMar DeRozan, I think, in the playoffs, he kind of stepped his game up a little bit. He's now in that, possibly in that echelon where he's young, he's high flyer, dunker. People
Lowry
like him.
almost made my list.
I think he should be in the
Yes,
under
I
the
know,
Kobe
you put
umbrella.
the Kobe stuff, but
He wears all Kobe's. I bought Kobe IDs because of DeRozan. That's the only reason why I bought those, because he wore those in the All-Star game. I think it'd be good for him to be. I think Kobe needs that umbrella like Jordan.
Kobe athletes.
8.
Coming soon.
all right, so let's see. DeRozan, Wiggins, I agree with Simple. Wiggins is then probably the next best young wing guard / player. Wings and guards always sell shoes, so he needs to be in there. So I lost my number 10. I guess I don't care about that, but number 7, Kawhi Leonard definitely needs a shoe. This new superstar for the Spurs.
You think he can sell a shoe?
I mean, just as much as some of these other dudes, I don't see why not. I mean,
know.
he might be one of the best players on Team USA now that all these cats are dropping out.
Right, but see, like that's where like comes in. Like for me, I'm talking about for me, that's where cool comes
That's the
in.
problem. Like I was gonna put LaMarcus
Why?
Aldridge
Because he plays for the Spurs?
No,
Yeah, I think
the Spurs
partly-
and him. He's just
It's boring.
dry.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything. He doesn't do
mean-
anything.
I mean, I
he's
was
a
gonna-
pretty boring guy. Like,
I was gonna put.
I mean, based on some of the people we've said, you could say boring about a lot of people. That
I
we've
was-
I can't think of one other person on here I would even quantify in close. Maybe Paul George, I guess.
You named basketball or football players that play with helmets on. You can't even see their face. Like they
Von
have
Miller
zero
is
personality.
everywhere.
Des Bryant.
Von Miller,
That's one.
Cam Newton.
Des
He
Bryant.
had everybody dabbing on Earth.
Didn't you say Julio Jones earlier?
Everybody knows who,
Maybe
what
Julio Jones.
Zero
looks like.
personality.
But if you think wide receivers, he's gonna be in your top 2, 3.
No, he's not because
Well, if you
I have
think-
number 1 on the list here. So
Well, then
Well,
we'll
if you
get to
think
that.
if you think basketball, Leonard's top 5. So
Leonard is number 1, probably most boring. Oh, Tim Duncan.
I say you can't
Tim
go
Dun-
that far.
But if you're gonna name another boring player and they're on the exact same
mean-
team as him,
well, that's the problem. And
I think he
like,
deserves a shoe based off his athletic skills and he's just a
the
great
best-
basketball
what he does
player.
for
he's
Yes.
one of the best players in the league. I mean,
That's a fact.
That's the point where it's trending now.
That's a fact. But can
But
he
in-
sell a shoe?
But in the same
I mean, he
regard,
won the Finals MVP 2 years ago.
in the same regard, I debated putting LaMarcus Aldridge in my honorable mentions, not in my top 10, but for the same reason of him playing for the Spurs and it being like a kind of blah team. Like I don't think that's.
I had Kawhi on my list, but like
I thought about him too, and then I thought the most marketable Spur, in my opinion, the two are Parker and Aldridge. If you had to
would
give somebody a
say
shoe,
that maybe
marketable, those two guys would be the two that I think are most marketable.
Aldridge is a little hard. I don't know, man. It
But
depends,
Tim
man.
Duncan and Kawhi,
Big men
Leonard
don't
are
sell shoes, to be honest with you. That's why I put Kawhi on there.
number 6.
Or however the F you pronounce his
Kawhi.
first name.
Kawhi Leonard.
Whatever.
What else you got?
Kawhi, whatever it is. And then number 6, Jimmy Butler. I don't know if you guys, either one of you put Butler on the
I
list.
thought about him, but
He's a sneaker dude. He's
about
with
it.
Jordan Brand. He needs a shoe.
He's gonna be in Boston soon.
He probably won't be in Chicago, but he can wear a shoe anywhere, somewhere else.
I mean, he should have one. I guess I thought about him. He didn't. He definitely crossed my mind, but I don't know. I just
I mean, when I think about players,
never
that-
even think.
Jimmy
of him.
Butler's going to be a superstar.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I say he's in the top 10. Maybe. I guess. I don't know. I'm not, to me, a Jimmy Butler. I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, but I'm not like a wow. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
That's where he went this year. Same thing with DeRozan.
I'd buy an
We'll see.
Isaiah Thomas
Another
shoe
level.
before Jimmy Butler.
I think I would maybe. I don't know. It depends. I don't know. Anyways, 5. Go.
Top 5 for Greg.
What?
You started it.
Oh, it's me? Number 5. I got Richard Sherman. Doesn't have a shoe. He's had like a PE of like a trainer or something like that. If the Seahawks aren't good, I don't think he matters. I mean, his personality matters when they're good. His personality is annoying when they suck.
I don't think they have sucked since he's been there, though. That's pretty.
They haven't, but I mean, we'll see. I think he deserves something. I think he could sell a shoe. I do.
Sucks.
Some type of trainer or some type of shoe. I have number 4, James Harden. James Harden should have a shoe, period. Bryce Harper, I have at number 3. The problem I have with Bryce Harper is like the cool of baseball. Like He is. Baseball is not
Make baseball cool again.
Baseball isn't like a sport for everybody, but I think Bryce Harper is like a player that every single fan, even the casual fan, could appreciate. Young, cool cat, kind of just free. I mean, he's just a cool cat. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but he's already signed with Under Armour, and there's no telling what they might make. Number 2, Russell Westbrook.
You'll probably be loving Under Armour next week.
Number 2, no, I can't say my number 2. Russell Westbrook. He deserves a shoe. One of the
a hoop shoe is what you mean.
A hoop shoe. One or 1A. Here's that casual shoe, whatever that is. That Russell Zero, whatever that garbage is.
Yes.
1 or 1A, most athletic NBA player. Period. All right. LeBron and him, and maybe Kawhi Leonard. I don't know. Athleticism through the roof. All right. He deserves a shoe.
No, Kawhi is. He doesn't. He doesn't have like the lateral athleticism that a lot of these dudes do.
Number 1. Y'all guess my number 1? You can guess it? Number 1, Odell Beckham.
Okay.
I'll say Odell Beckham. I think he's probably the most out here with regards to like
fashion, marketable,
cool. He's just out here. I mean, he's out here with Drake.
Yes.
He's out here with everybody. And he's good at his position and he's good at his job. You can make some type of sneaker that resembles his personality, resembles his coolness, resembles his presence in social media, famous celebrity, whatever, and it could sell. If Victor Cruz has a sneaker that was a pretty good sneaker, actually a really good sneaker,
great sneaker,
you can give Odell Beckham something. I think he's at that level right now of like he should have something.
Yes.
That's my top 10.
Okay.
Simple.
So my top 5, number 5, I think because of the fact, again, he's a young, up-and-coming player. Right? He's been in the league a few years now. Anthony Davis needs his own shoe. Anthony Davis needs a shoe. Anthony Davis is one of the best basketball players in the NBA.
I agree, but if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, I would have been more.
Gotten hurt? He gets hurt all the time.
I don't know, missed a majority of the season or whatever it was.
Number 4 to me.
He's one of the best 10 players in the league, and it's not even close.
Number 4 to me, and this is solely because of the team he plays for and what they're doing. And I hate to say this because I don't like him as a player or as a person.
Okay.
Draymond Green needs a shoe. Draymond Green.
Pretty high on your list.
Draymond Green is the Dennis Rodman of the Warriors. And
I don't know if he needs a shoe.
And Dennis Rodman shoes are classics. Draymond Green is a worker. He's a hard-nosed dude. He's a little dirty. He has the grit, and I think he should have a shoe. I don't like Draymond Green, but
I think the problem is they should have made the Revs Draymond Green.
I think Draymond Green shoes would sell out, and I think they would do well. I think people would buy them. People have been going and buying the Hyper Revs with his insignias on them. Like, people would buy a Draymond Green shoe. That's why he's number 4. They're gonna win. They're probably gonna win their second championship.
First of all, you picked Cleveland.
I did pick
Cleveland.
I know I picked Cleveland, but let's be realistic. I mean, the Warriors are most likely going.
You can't make a pick and tell us to get real. All right.
Hey,
you can't come here
at the beginning. Of the series.
You can't come here and say Cleveland in 7 and then go to Vegas and say, hey, Warriors in 6, man. Like, you can't do that.
No, not Warriors in 6, but if it goes back to Golden State, the Warriors are most likely going to win that game if it goes to 7.
I'd say it, but...
So for that reason, Draymond Green is number 4. Number 3 is somebody in baseball. I don't care who. I don't care if it's Trout, if it's Jose Bautista, if it's Albert Pujols, if it's
that's your answer,
anybody.
MLB?
Somebody in baseball needs to get a signature shoe, and it needs to be pushed. I mean, you have nobody there that's like getting huge.
He just wants to be able to buy a cleat and wear it in the games. That's why.
Somebody in baseball. Anybody in baseball. They should have given Jose Bautista a shoe after the playoffs last year with the bat flip when he was riding at his absolute highest, and they could have put him in a commercial with Drake and they could have sold it.
Yes, and then he got punched in the face, and they should have dropped him. Okay. You get punched that
He
cleanly.
got dusted.
All right, you get punched that cleanly, you get dropped. All right, you go to Ling Ning. All right, whatever it's
That's
called.
why they needed to strike while the iron was hot.
Ling Ning baseball.
Now, leaning this
I don't even know if he can wear Li Ning. Though.
peak baseball.
Yeah, you get punched like that, bro.
Now, my number 1 and 2 are the exact same as yours, but flipped. Number 2 on my list is Odell Beckham Jr. for the same reasons that you have him. And number 1 on my list is Russ Westbrook because of the fact that, it's the same thing that we talked about earlier with the Adidas shoes. You have too many people wearing the Jordan 30s. So give Russ his own shoe. He has a casual shoe, the Westbrook Zero, but give him a shoe to play in. Let him stand in his own brand, and let Kawhi Leonard carry the Jordan 30 tradition with the other Jordan athletes that are wearing it as well.
You know what's funny is that like a lot of the Jordans that we buy them because we could wear them daily.
Yes.
I think Russ Westbrook, with the fact that like how he likes to dress, he is somebody that I feel that could make the next Jordan acceptable to wear on and off the court.
Yeah.
I think he could.
Russell Westbrook pants are so tight. He should just wear Jack Taylor.
His pants are the least of his problems.
He should just wear Chuck Taylors all the time. That's
I
all he should wear,
appreciate
though.
his guts, but yo,
He should just wear Chuck Taylors. That's it. That's all he can wear. And Vans. That's it.
what's your top 5?
All right. I'm surprised y'all didn't pick this receiver instead of the ones that you named because he's the best receiver in the league.
Josh Gordon?
No, you didn't.
Well, Josh Gordon's-
You already said your list, so you don't got him.
Josh Gordon's been suspended. So
Antonio Brown is the best receiver. In the
I thought about it.
and should definitely have a
I
sneak.
thought about it. I mean, he's already with Nike.
What do you mean? Like, I understand why.
Not a
y'all-
bad.
I,
You said AJ Green.
I understand why y'all picked Beckham, and I didn't even think about that because he is flamboyant and whatnot. But Antonio Brown is.
Hey, pause.
I didn't say it like that. I just said it like he's out here dancing when he's doing whatever, catching touchdowns, dancing, doing
You must have
flamboyant
the
stuff.
same YouTube clip in your head that I had.
I'm just thinking of him dancing at Drake house. I'm like, what are you doing there? 1 and 2. Why are you in your underwear dancing? He came out of nowhere dancing by the swimming pool. Hey man, I make no assumptions,
Hey, I didn't say.
but I do agree though.
I didn't say it had anything to do with that. I just said it's flamboyant. But Antonio Brown is the best receiver in the league, and it's not close. There's not an argument to be made for another player.
He plays for the Steelers, though. The Steelers are the.
I'm not gonna say I
Spurs
agree with
of the
Antonio
NFL.
Brown. I mean Antonio Brown. I do agree with that.
Okay, yeah.
Where he is, I don't. On the list, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
He
Whatever.
deserves something.
Yeah. Number 4, Gronkowski. I agree with Simple. He's the one.
That's
who's
a good
like,
one.
Who's like out here?
Never even thought about that. I never even thought about Gronkowski. That was a good one.
He's shirtless, dancing, doing whatever. Always
The
on
Gronk
TV,
party.
It would sell.
doing something. Yeah,
It would sell.
Gronkowski needs something.
The Air Gronk.
Number 3, I got these kind of out of order, but number 3, best young player in the league right now. You guys might disagree. Carl Anthony Towns. It's hard for big guys to sell shoes, but he is the best young player, and we'll say best rookie, best second-year player, whatever you want to call it, going into next year in the league.
Is he
period.
with anybody?
I don't know. I have no
Is he with
idea. I'm
Nike or
assuming
anything?
Nike, but
Oh, I agree.
Carl Anthony Towns. I mean, again, big guys don't sell shoes, but if there's anyone who's got that cool factor, like came from Kentucky, he's the anti, what's the name, Boogie Cousins, as far as like attitude and whatnot. He just did, I don't know if y'all saw that video.
He has
where
the brightest
was in,
future.
like, he was in like China or whatever doing like something, sneaking up on people or something, so he's been on social media doing some funny stuff.
He has the
So,
brightest future.
yeah, Carl Anthony Towns. Number 2, the one in the NFL who I think deserves, maybe besides Beckham, even though I didn't come up with him, but the one who deserves a shoe more than anyone in the NFL, Khalil Mack. Are you kidding me? That personality that he has.
Raiders fan.
All right. Yes.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack.
Raiders
I mean,
fan.
he's more personable than Von Miller is. I don't know. Hey, you guys disagree if you want, but Khalil Mack is, if not the best.
What number is he? 3, 2? Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eee, Khalil Mack.
Yes.
Has a lineman ever had a shoe?
I mean, he's not a lineman. I don't know.
He's a linebacker.
I mean, linebacker. Has a linebacker ever
He's
had
a
a shoe?
pass rusher. Like pass rusher is like one of the most prestigious.
I mean, I
positions
said
on the
Von
field.
Miller, so I guess it
Yo.
doesn't matter. I just think of Von Miller just like I see him out on like watch shows. I'm like, geez, Von Miller's there. He's wearing Yeezys and he always on something. Khalil
his
Mack
last-
is someone you
If
just don't ever.
If Derek Carr's number one on your list,
His last name is Mac. All right. Yeah, he deserves it too.
if Derek Carr's number
No,
one, on your
number
list, you're
one's
suspended for
number
next
one's
week.
already been mentioned. Westbrook, obviously, because he's
I don't see how you cannot give Westbrook a shoe.
he's
I don't know.
out there dunking on people and acting crazy and dressing crazy and doing crazy interviews and whatever else. This stuff that doesn't even
my-
be said.
My biggest problem though is like
He needs a on court shoe, by the way.
There's-
Not that I don't care about that trash.
there's never been a post Jordan signature shoe that I've ever thought was cool. I haven't liked any of the Mellows.
No
None of the
Chris Pauls.
None of the Chris Pauls are cool.
one of
That
the,
was a
one of the-
mellow
One of the
was
mellows
okay.
was kind of dope. It was like 1.5 or something. It was really early. 1.5.
It was a
or
long
2.
time ago.
And the,
Like-
what do you mean? The Chris Paul? I mean, yeah, they're like friends and family or family release only. But
That
some
green
of
one?
those threes are kind of dope.
I don't know.
The ones
I
with
like-
the ones with the gum bottoms. There was
The
one that
green
was better
suede
than
one
the
was
green.
all right.
The
Yeah.
red one too.
But
I
there's
didn't see
like
the
never
red one.
been like a Chris Paul that I'm like, I would
you
buy
did.
that. Like I would wear that. I would hoop it. I
But
wouldn't
we
even hoop in them.
Just because we wouldn't buy it doesn't mean you wouldn't wear it if it was like half price or if there wasn't something better out. I always bought better stuff, but that doesn't mean it wasn't like kind of dope. Like, ooh, that's kind of dope actually.
I've never seen a Chris Paul where I said this, except that green one with the gum bottom is the only one where I said like, yo, that's kind of dope.
Me neither.
And maybe that doesn't mean that the shoe sucks. It just needs better colorways then. Like if that's the case.
Maybe.
Well, he doesn't. None of those colorways are really lifestyle colorways. Most of that stuff was on court stuff.
On court
The only
team.
ones he did that were like EXT or whatever technology or whatever designation you want to give it, or the friends and family. That was it.
Yeah,
There was a red suede with the gum
I
bottom.
haven't seen
and
the
the
red
green
ones with the
suede.
swim bottom.
Yeah, they came out at the same time.
Oh.
So, well, that's our top 10. I'd like to welcome back George again from his Canadian adventure.
Free me,
Issues at the border.
Free-
Welcome back.
free me.
Anything else?
Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Follow us, subscribe, listen.
Like.
It's free. It's a podcast. It's free.
We do this for you every week.
Okay.
Thanks for the follows, and that's the Sneak This.